it was my co-star, and I said, do we sing in the show? She goes, I guess. I said, do you sing? She goes, oh yeah, do you? I said, yeah, kinda. I said, do you read music? She says, oh yeah, do you? I said, I see little lines and ants on the page. So I said, you sing louder. We had to sing together, but they never auditioned me to sing. They just assumed I could, so I could carry a tune, but I blame Susan Liu for that, because she didn't audition me. She was the director. She didn't audition me to sing. And I did, they didn't replace me, but I did okay, but not great.
I did a show called Dragoncon Brothers, and my character was a lawyer. He was this real kind of a shyster, shady lawyer, and I did kind of a Ross Perot thing with the voice. And he has all these songs throughout the show, and I would do them. And a lot of you know, I mean, I write and produce music professionally. I've been singing a long time, and so I'm doing this song. You know, I do this song as this character with this Ross Perot voice, and the director's like, no, that's way too on tune. It needs to sound much worse than that. So it was really, actually, it was hard as a person who has, for his entire life, focused on trying to sing well and on tune and you know, put some personality into a vocal performance, to dumb it down and sing off key on purpose, and kind of miss the beat and struggle a little bit through the song. So that was kind of a reverse challenge for somebody who was a singer, not to sound as much like a singer, but more like a shady lawyer who was expressing his character in song.
We've had to do quite a few songs in the studio over the years, and two come to mind in particular. There's one, and the actor knows, you know, eventually that this song is coming up, you know, within the next week or so, and they really start to get worked up inside themselves, and they try and tell them, look, don't think about it at all. One in particular was Juliet Cesario playing Belle Dandy, and oh my goddess, had to sing the egg song. And she was just petrified, and she did a great job. And then there was another one where in You're Under Arrest, there's a character in the TV series called Scooter Mama. And Scooter Mama has an amazing song. It's all falsetto, and of course Scooter Mama in Japan was played by a guy. And it's just this kind of voice, here comes Scooter Mama. And it was just this amazing classical song. And the guy just fretted, I mean, sweating bullets, and he did a brilliant job. I felt like paying him $1 million for it, because that's what it was worth. It was very tough, very hard.
I know that there are, like, for stage actors, they sometimes get so into the character that when they're not working, they'll, like, talk or think in ways that they normally don't act like. Has any of your characters ever done that to you? Like, have you done anything that you wouldn't normally do?
I spent a summer trying to transform into a fire truck. It was very traumatic. No, actually, on a serious note, that show debuted Saturday morning, September 8th, 2001. And I was playing a fire truck. And I started getting emails later that week from people in the tri-state area saying, if there was ever a time that Optimus Prime was real, Tuesday would have been a good day. And, you know, look, all respect to all the other derivations, but it was weird that during that year, the character changed from, you know, from a delivery truck, from a Peterbilt, from an 18-wheeler into a fire truck. And that hit me hard, and it stayed with me. I've got a fire station down the street from me. I donate DVDs and VHS. I used to donate VHS tapes. They don't have a VHS machine anymore. But I donate stuff to them. It's come to the point where I'm now starting a 501c3, a nonprofit, to provide audio entertainment for the troops. And I've got to tell you, that a lot of that did stem from the fact that I was playing a fire truck on September 11th. Sorry if I brought you all down.
Here, let me tell a joke.
I have a question, but Bob didn't finish. You said I've heard you do this before, but I enjoy it too much. Auditioning as doing Shakespeare with Looney Tunes characters, could you give us a little sample?
Well, I'll one-up you on that. When they made me audition for Looney Tunes Back in Action, they told us that we had to bring in one monologue, contemporary, and one classical monologue. So for when I auditioned for Tweety, I had Tweety do the vagina monologues. And I asked my agent, do you think that's okay for me to do it? And he said, you played the character for 16 years, you can do whatever you want. And it was, I'm not going to do the whole thing because there are children here. But
What is a woman about their vaginas? What to call them or what not to call them? There's a lady in Kuwait who calls it a putty cat.
and then Porky,
To me, or not, the opposite.
I wish you all were in casting. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you. If I may be permitted, Bob, to plug the group that I host, the voice actor group that I host.
What's that?
May I be permitted to plug the voice actor group that I host?
You are.
You just did.
Go
Go for
ahead,
it.
Greg. Say it.
I'm the founder of the Voice Actor Appreciation Society. Started on Yahoo Groups in 2000. We have a Facebook group now as well. Bob is a member, Neil is a member, and others have gotten invitations, but I haven't heard from you yet. So.
They've been too busy drinking. Don't blame them. Give them next week. I swear.
But I also, and this started as an extension of the voice actor group, but I started an e-zine, if y'all remember back that far, an e-zine newsletter called Voice Actors in the News in 1999. And this year I'm celebrating my 10th year writing this as a fan.
Congratulations.
But I do it because it was a hobby, and originally I didn't know there was anybody who shared it. I didn't know anybody who was reading my articles. So I turned it into a blog this year, and the response has been amazing. And I've been able to help promote things like Bob's Workshop and Neil's causes and so forth, and I just take that as a personal hobby. But it's called Voice Actors in the News. I do have a sign-up sheet here if you'd like to join the group or see the blog. Just come see me afterwards, and I'll show you about that. But all these guys' websites are all linked on my blog, so if you forget what the thing is, they're all on my blog. And now my question. Thanks for letting me do that before. I know you talk about doing characters and being characters, and that's what's wanted in the industry. I started as a hobbyist doing impressions, and I'm always fascinated with people who do impressions, the techniques that they use, especially like some of the voice matching that you've done. Are there any particular process or techniques that you use when you're doing either impressions or voice matching?
That's for me? What I've done a lot of is voice matches for films. For instance, when Basketball Diaries went on television, they needed to take on the dirty words. So they hired me to play Leonardo DiCaprio when he was stoned, and another actor when he was sober. Because I couldn't do him sober, he couldn't do him stoned. And Leo auditioned and didn't get it at all because his voice had changed too much. So the challenge of that was when you do dubbing, you're replacing just a section of a sentence. So in the scene, one of the scenes I did was, there was a scene where he was trying to knock on the door to get drug money from his mom. She wouldn't let him in. And he knocks on the door, Mom, open the door, Mom, please open the door, Mom, please open the blankety blank blank door. That's my voice coming out of the blankety blank. But I have to be at the emotional moment he is in the film, in the middle of his scene. Now, he might have had a couple of hours with his acting coach in the trailer trying to dig that up. The voice actors, those of us up here, we have to do it on the fourth imaginary beat. And it ain't easy. It's not doing funny voices. It's not just matching his voice, it's matching his performance. I look at his eyes, I look at his physical. He was foaming at the mouth right here. I got Kern's nectar, and I just got a little bit of in my mouth. I wanted to get as deep in that moment as I possibly could. It isn't easy to do. And again, when it comes to impressions, everybody can say to the moon, Alice, and you dirty rat, but you need to know